guys, finally the markets are catching up to what's actually happening. So overnight we're stronger inflation in Canada. These surveys, as I've said before, I don't put a lot of weight on them, but they just add fuel to the fire that the global growth and economy, or the global growth story is still quite strong. That interest rates, whilst they're rising to try and combat inflation, are not having the desired effect just yet. But things got pretty nasty in stocks as they started to realise what was actually going on, and markets were starting to play catch up. And we can see that, the US 500, the major index, very weak, and US dollar getting stronger. And let's just go through some of this. Is that from the open of the cash market in the US, it was pretty much all one-way traffic. Only a little bit of buying, but there's a lot of selling. So that was pretty nasty for those who hold stocks. VIX 2, this is the fear indicator, exploding higher, pushing through this kind of resistance level here. Not that you really trade VIX as a technical indicator, it's more of a fundamental indicator. For those of you who don't know what VIX is, volatility index, it's called the fear gauge, but it's a measure of the amount of options that have been traded on the stock market. So people tend to buy options as a protection against a major move. And most people, when buying protection against stocks, it's the move to the downside. So as volatility index increases, there's a suggestion that there's more protection being taken out against a downside move. So that's the VIX indicator, and we can see that that's starting to take effect, and the market's starting to realise that, hey, interest rates are going up. US bonds also a lot higher, as you can imagine, pushing up towards 4%. Not near where the all-time, well, not all-time highs, not near the recent highs of last year, but that's where it's going, and it'll go past that. There's now chatter about interest rates going to 5.5% in the US, not the previous considered 5.25. So the market's really starting to take notice of the effect that the bonds, the lack of effect that the bonds having on inflation, and that interest rates will be higher for longer. Over in US dollar, we can see that I did want it down at this level. I spoke about this earlier. This is where I was wanting to get it, but was unsure if it would actually come through this support resistance zone. Doesn't look like it's going to happen now, and that we're going to get this acceleration off here for a bit more. My concern about buying it at this level, though, is that our momentum indicator is already quite high, sitting at 72. You can see that 71.87, so it's already quite high. So that would suggest that the move, the upside move, may not be as much as we would expect or want when you're getting into the trade. But these are only indicators, right? Price can go a lot further than what the indicator will actually tell you. So don't be fooled by, it's at 80%, so it's going to turn. No, it may not. It could go from here. But good support level to be trading it from and lean against. You can have your stop loss hidden under here, and looking for that sort of rally and continuation of this uptrend. So now looking at something like dollar yen, this downtrend well and truly over, and we've now got this uptrend happening. Dollar strength. Euro dollar, similar. It hasn't broken to create a new major low, but that's where it's going to, and that's what we'll be looking for, is to make a new low in this move now. And Aussie dollar also broken down, hasn't made a significant new low yet, but it is. If we look at the 4 hour, we can see the trend. We can see the trend is. That's my pointer. No, my pointer's gone. We can see the trend is on a downtrend now. So that's about it for today. Excuse me. We'll be back tomorrow, but yeah, it's nice to see that the stock market's finally woken up to what's happening, and Just a quick look at commodities. Natural gas, oil off, gold off, wheat off, iron ore up a little bit, and copper starting to put some gains in. Not sure how much more of that's going to happen with global growth is pretty hot, so maybe that will continue on. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.